wish I could get that a little higher up, but I don't think I can. Okay, Rob Smith, I don't have my mouse. I won't be the mouse. Mouse. You ever hear of a Soupy Sales song about the mouse? Let's see. Let's try to refresh this. Today, this past week, everything's gone a lot longer. Everything at the tail end of the day is getting short shrift. Concerns me about tomorrow at this time. I'm supposed to be helping with an event. Here, let me go ahead and click that now. What makes you sound? Oh, I don't know what sound I've moved over. Well, I hope if you, we'll see if anyone's here. If they're here, they can tell me if they hear me. They should be working. Okay. I have my wall. I'm going to do some coloring here. This is my big old, I'm going to use color pencils and then water over those. These are watercolor pencils for the most part. And I'm going to, there are a lot here. And I got a lot more. This is just the ones I have handy. Okay, I'm just going to take this one here. Let's get it over here. What color pencils get away from me? All right. This is a Faber-Castell light flesh from Germany. I was just I was tired, but very, very busy. I had 2 meetings today. One was supposed to be a bit light, easy going, but over here to this angel. For some reason I've got this turned differently than I did yesterday. I don't know how I did that. So I turned it. So basically, this is part 2 of yesterday. There's part 1. This is part 2. Kind of drawing as if these are all quintuplets. The easy way. Because I gotta reach over sometimes to get the colored pencils. And this is a Sargent. Not the best watercolor pencils, but they'll do. I'm partially doing this the easy way because, as I said, I was just sleeping. I'm just tired. Past week has really knocked me down, and I don't seem to stop. As I said, tomorrow night I should be at an event drawing, which I'm volunteering for, but I'm not sure how long I'm going to do that for. So much else to do. I need those two, which don't have no yellow. Those in my hand. This is not gonna be exciting. Oh, I didn't get in. Do that. It's not hardly even showing up. Yeah, this is also Sergeant. This is a different color, believe it or not. Oh. No, I think I'm going to make this hair a little oranger than I was going to. Okay. This is a Sergeant. This is like a Sergeant, too. Yep. A little orange. If I wasn't doing this right now, I would not be working on this. That's for sure. Probably still be sleeping. I am tired. It will be a Pioneer Days in South Orange County at Grove Park. It's the old Butt family property. B-U-T-T used to own that land for a long time. Mel and Millie Butt, they were friends of mine. It's now a county park, but I still think of it as Mel and Millie. Oh, Millie's place. Now you kind of grayish, slate gray. What I think is this? Is this slate gray? Marine blue. No, that's definitely not slate gray. I like slate gray. I tend not to have them because I use them like crazy. Oh, this maybe it says gray. Yeah. Anything here? Nope. Blue or color sharpener. Oh wait, this is gray. The only problem with doing colors is you gotta split from one to the other. This is a green. Basically, that's a green. See, this thing looks a lot like a gray, but it's a green. Okay, hold on. As I said, I used up these grays and then I can't find one. No, I did not prep this. Again, I was out. I just got back out. Both been over. Is this it? This is slate gray. Yay. I'm going to go over this with water. I'm going to kind of doing this a little the easy way because I'm not running out of time. As I say, this isn't exactly interesting stuff here. But since I started this yesterday, I figured I might as well stop it. I mean, finish it here. Stop it. Stop it, I say. Stop it. Let's just share something I picked up. Probably next to a live here on Sunday, I believe. That's, wow, you can't tell there's any color there yet. But hold on, give me a second. Let me see if I can alleviate this. Try to kind of look at this. Yeah, sky blue. Something learned doing portraits, caricatures, and so on is light blue it pops anything out. Use it as a background, so I tend to use it always as a background, or sky blue, or light blue, or whatever. I can't really tell that here, but And someday I'll be making things up again. Did I change the wording for this? I don't remember. I set the text for what I posted about being here today sometime overnight, last night, or this morning. I don't remember. Is that looking at all interesting? I'm doing this more to get it done, and I have so much to do right now. Coloring generally gets it's boring to me. It just is. I don't like color. I like black and white. Showed a Will Eisner book yesterday, and Pat Oliphant, those are all black and white. In fact, what I was going to share here. L'Armée Française, the history of French Army, 1790 to 1885. What's real cool in here are the etchings. Lots and lots of the thing is full of etchings. Every page has something. I like that one a lot. It's a lot of work. Real detail in there. That's a lot of work. And not easy. And they don't have a lot. Racing wasn't really an option here. You had to do it right the first time. Those horses are nice horses. Tough work. I don't. So there's a. I don't like art museums, but there's an exhibit like this. In fact, when I was one of the first times I went to New York City in the '80s, I went to a gallery that was full of this, and that's all I cared about. I went to that. My sister was with me. It was a little teeny thing, but there is some color. But it's just extraordinary amount of work. Tain't easy. Again, you could not make mistakes. That was tough. You had to get the proportion right. You had to make sure. Just trying to plan this out with the stack of stuff, which that appears to be some sort of frying pan, and then a case, and then the roll, a bedroll, and then also getting the details of the gun and the background, and then that you're coming off an edge and across. Wow, and all that's done with a number of lines, but very limited, and you know what's going on there. That's pretty impressive. And this was done. This guy's a name. Can't quite make it out. Edward Schultz. Not sure. Can't get those horses wrong. This is the same person who did the other one. Just should. So this is full of illustrations. Nice work. All right, I'll stop. I'll get back to work. Nice work. It's a big book. I mean, it's a big book. Big and heavy. All right, where was I? Back to boring putting blue in. Because what I'm doing here, anybody can do. Pretty much. I mean, you just gotta, maybe not the speed, but. And I'm going to go back over it with water, so I'm not trying to be too. Let's make sure I get all my little points in here. Yep. I'm still trying to wake up a little bit. I wish I wouldn't get so tired. I guess I had 11 a.m. meeting that went to about 1 something. Then I worked on a project on this coloring book I got to get done. At the restaurant, I at the 11 o'clock. Then I went to a 3:30. Got there around 2 o'clock. Worked on the coloring book. Also did a little bit of research too. That's something else. Come back over here. This is a quick way. I have a lot of problems with the background colors because they, the consistency is a problem for me. This seems to help that. If I was doing this on my own somewhere, it probably would take 5 times the time to do it. This helps speed me up. Oh. Okay. Well, it covers all the little areas. Let me see about a brush. Quick as a bunny. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna come over here and just. Oh, this pen was showing it worked okay with color. It does not work with watercolor. Well, there's a hard way of learning. What the heck did I ink this with? I thought I inked this with a pen that was fine with watercolor. It is not. That is a problem. All right, so I won't be watercoloring all this like I thought I was going to. This is yesterday. I inked this with something on it. Now I'm not sure what I inked this with. Oh, I did it live. Yeah, I tested those pens. They worked out fine. Now they're definitely bleeding, so that's not, I got a problem. Oh well. So I'm gonna leave this more like that. See, look at that bleeding all over. Dang it. All right, well, it happens. But the show must go on. So we'll just go like this, the way it goes. Things aren't always as you'd hope they might be. Just gonna try to avoid the black line to some extent. This is a crescent board, I should mention too. It's a crescent board. It's not paper. Dang it, boy, that was a stupid thing. I inked this here with a pen. I tested. I'll have to go back to the video. Now that, since I do have video of inking this. See what the heck, did I switch pens on my, did I pull a fast one on myself? Possibly. Oh well. I may have tested the pen, then when it came time to pick up the pen, I picked up the wrong one. Might happen. But I don't have time to go back and fix it all, so they'll just have to go. The only people who know there's a mistake is probably anyone who watches this. And most won't see there's really anything all that wrong. I do, but I don't know. Also, this colored pencil isn't breaking up like it should. That was a. Where's that pencil? Oh, yeah. Okay. I thought this was water. Maybe this isn't a watercolor pencil either. Sorry, I'm a little tired. Trying to do things quick. Wow, you see that gray pouring through there. Yuck. The way it goes sometimes. Yeah, I would have if I'd not taken a nap. If I'd not taken a nap, I was gonna do this. I was just too tired. I couldn't actually put my head down. I was out. That was about an hour ago. Listen, a little more. I got about a half hour or so. It looked great, but most folks wouldn't care. I don't know. If anyone's here, they're not commenting, so maybe that just says how bad it is. Okay. Let's see if I got anything else right here. Yep, that's working. Okay. I don't know if you see that or not. There we go. Oh, but I've got the black problem again, too, the inking problem. So there's going to be like a gray mask across all this. So we just dip it a little bit. I didn't put the orange in here for some reason, but it'll. Oh well. All right. So whatever I do here, I can't really watercolor without making a mess. So I have to really look at it more that these. I'm going to try now not to watercolor. Well, I can't wait to look at that video, see what the heck I inked this with last night. I know I was talking with a lot of other folks over here. I may have picked up the wrong pen, not paying attention. When you get folks and you're doing the little chat back and forth, I'm just used to being a performer, interacting with whoever's there. And sometimes I'm not quite paying attention to things. I think that works as a framing device. pressing it a little hard, and I might have, just because I'm not going to be able to watercolor it. I don't like using markers for coloring. Blue one here and pick up another one. Hopefully this is looking okay. This is sapphire blue, and this is a watercolor pencil. I can't use watercolor on. Not strong enough for me. B needs to really bounce. Really run into a problem this weekend with this coloring book project. I may just ink some of it here just to get it done. So I'm just not going to have any time. And this makes me work faster. Chris 98521. No, it's just 47 years of doing this stuff professionally, being paid. Then I was a kid before that, and I've learned from a lot of folks. And again, I say I'm not an artist. I just do this stuff. Try to tell my storytelling. We're meeting on some history projects working on today, and look forward to those developing further. No artwork involved, oddly enough. I might help with them with the cover. Just trying to get history, Florida history out there. So important. And you saw I had that French history of the army. French. As I say, I kind of, and thank you, by the way, Chris. You know, it's nice of you to say. I try. And thank you for watching. In this world of AI, where I could just type a few words about Happy Birthday, Gracie. This is the way to do it. Learn a skill, get very good at what you can do with that skill, whatever it may be. And that includes history, by the way. Because that's thinking. That skill's, the idea of thinking is becoming a lost art. Quite like I'd like it, but it'll have to do. I live by the great C.P. Snow's comment, if you can't find a better way, make one. So I'm making this work one way or the other. I made boo-boos, and that's the way it goes. Tough luck. Move on. Get it done. Results, results. Okay. I need to find out all my reds need to be sharpened. Let's see. I really get some. See, if I'd use watercolor in this red, I'd have black and red, but actually that ends up looking mostly like black visually to our eyeballs. I'll try to maybe get those to look like there's some reflection. I'm gonna come back in here too, I think. Yeah, I'll add some purplish. That's something I learned from Greg Hildebrandt, the great painter. I may do that here because I can't use watercolors. I wouldn't mind getting better shadows than I'm getting, but I can't do what I was going to do because I'm a dodo bird, and I was going to do red here for the name. And my dear friend Grace Tuning turns 90 on Sunday, 22nd Sunday, I believe. Very grateful a friend of mine joined in on this live. First time she ever had it was like yesterday. It was one person I thought I knew could get this to her, and she just happened to join in. And so she said she'll deliver it for me. I may also post this. Here in my little Facebooky thing they have at YouTube. I'm not sure how it'll show up because this light blue is not how I was going to do it, but so all that's going to drop away. All right. Hold it. I'm thirsty. I do have a little bit of frosty orange drink here. Wow. Empty. All right. The next color I need, golly, I was really hoping to do this with watercolor, but okay. An option. I'm having problems here. Guess that's as close as I'm going to get. Who's this? Elaine, hello there. Yeah, this is not what I was going to, this is not how I was going to do it, but that's the way it goes. I learned today over at the Marion County Library, the Friends little bookstore, a lady there, Rosemary's turning 88 on the 27th of next week. Sorry, 25th, I think, 25th. My sister's birthday is the 26th. My sister turns 134, 35, who knows? Maybe it's the other way around. 531, something, I don't know. I'm lousy with numbers. Yeah, maybe, I have a purple. I'll do a little Greg Hildebrandt here. I think I have a purple. Can't see this. Yeah, I think I have enough purple. I don't have my colored pencil sharpener, so I'm limited there. So tomorrow I'm helping a friend who's starting a political campaign to run for county commissioner here in Marion County. Friday I'm supposed to be in Pasco County for a meeting. I'm having a little trouble with some communication. I may just say no because I'm tired and I have a book to get done. And I really would love to help with it. But when you have problems with communication, You just don't worry. Just stop. That's not worth it. It only adds up to aggravation. I admit, friends, if I try to communicate with you and I don't hear from you, I just move on. It ain't worth the hassle. I've had folks get mad at me. I haven't heard from you. Well, I tried and didn't hear from you, so I'm moseyed on my way. It ain't my fault. I tried. And there's the argument, too, that I'm volunteering too much. And that's really come up here the last couple days. I gotta stop doing so much for free. And driving to Pasco and back is a bit of a haul. A few hours back and forth. Okay, well, let's see about. Let's see. What's that say? Oh, light violet. If this seems to add something. Purples are really. Greg Hildebrandt did a series of paintings. He's mostly known. He and his brother Tim are known for their work they did involving the Lord of the Rings paintings back in the 70s. And those collection really had a lot. It wasn't all, but it had a lot to do with the Lord of the Rings being better even known today because they're so prominent. They're everywhere. And they're still doing calendars, basically reusing the same paintings over and over. Greg was redoing, I think occasionally would do updates to some of those, or do a little bit of new, but for the most part they are as they are. And he was a teacher I had in school and taught us how to use purple as a shade. It really does give an extra dimension here and there stuff. Be better if these were dragons and orcs than little angels, but all right. I can put it in here. Maybe I'll go back over that with a little darker. How are we doing time-wise? Because I really want to try to get this done. I'm going to be out by 8. Where is he? Cheryl Cornelius. Hello, Cheryl Cornelius. I do not know and where am I going to be? I have my calendar out because I was looking at it. Okay. Yeah, next week's turning into a little bit of a oddity because Pioneer Days. Oh, New Perry things on Tuesday. They're doing the county is putting up a plaque for New Perry, and that happened really fast. Let me tell you, because it wasn't going on when I was part of the commission, so they spun that quick, and they're doing a whole festival from 12 to 3 on here over in Ocala downtown at the Marion Theater from 12 to 3, which is going to include they're doing they're doing a Walk of Fame because they try to get a plaque up takes a billion years, historic plaque. So they're doing a star unveiling. New Perry has the Perry Swim School, but he's mostly known for his work working with Johnny Weissmuller in the Tarzan films. He doubled for him, as did a fellow named Ross Allen. The Perry's also have a swim school that's still here today, I think it's 102 now, 103 years. But more significantly, New Perry developed a underwater breathing device so that mermaids could be over at Weeki Wachee underwater, or ladies could be dressed up like mermaids, be underwater and swim around. And that device was used over Wakulla. That device was used in many, many films, and a variation of it, a more updated version of it, is done even today. Yeah, I got Monday and Wednesday. I'll be able to knock out this. This is wrong. I know I got something here. Yeah, next weekend is a weirdy one because you got the 28th. See, usually the Pioneer Days is the last weekend of February, and the next weekend is the Antiquarian Book Fair. But because it's not a solid week, it goes February, March. That's not going to be the case this year. So actually, I have not booked next week yet. There's stuff happening, but I'm sure what I'm going to do. But I have to. That book's got to be done by then because they got to go print it and get it ready. Again, I just got the book project a week ago Tuesday. I'm not running behind. It got to me late. And folks know I'm fast. I just don't like being that fast with stuff like that. I like to have some time. But oh well. Oh, I haven't done this one yet. All right. Real quick. Thank you, anyone who's watching. What else? Cheryl's wrote, I know adding color is time consuming, but it adds. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Again, I showed that French book. There's an example of why you don't want to use color. Because the black and white's just amazing. Trying to, of course, there in France and printing, it was near impossible to do color. In fact, I've got a book, a 3-volume series called Story of the Bible. 2 volumes I've given to my friend Randy, and I'm showing one of them today to my friend John Horriggs. And the only color are print plates because they couldn't print the book that way, so they did separate papers of the color and then pasted them into the book. Because you couldn't print a book in color. It's too expensive. Even today, my Swampy books and please, anyone who wants to go to Amazon and go buy some Swampy books, go ahead. I think that is the first time I think I've ever mentioned or done some sort of plug for my Swampy books right there. I don't do that. I'm bad about that. Again, I do too much for free. Yes, I know. Okay, so I've got purple all over the place here. Oh, no, I don't have it here. Yeah, I really don't like a lot of the digital color that doesn't show a sense of form, which is my real thing, is I do like the sense of form if you got to do this color stuff. And most, like all the AI stuff, I know it's AI because I don't like it. I don't like it. The smoothness, everything's so smooth. I like complication. I don't like ease. So maybe I'll get to Orlando that next week. We'll see. The money's going to be an issue too. I do have moving issues to worry about, and I am a lot. I had to do something this past week, and I didn't get 2 weeks ago. I still haven't gotten it done. I can't. Okay, so how's that? I want to add that on here. A little better sense of form. I would have done this with watercolor, but yeah, Elaine was here. I guess Cheryl may have been too. I inked the thing with the thought of doing watercolor. I must have switched pens on myself. Stupidly. I was talking last time, I'm going to come on here and watercolor. Well, I'm not. First time I've done a lot of work I've usually done a little color some birthday thing for Grace. Well, the first time this is more of something, because again, this is board, just paper. This is the same sort of board Jack Davis used. I saw Jack Davis use doing artwork. He had tons of stuff just lying about. You just pick one up and draw something, watercolor. Because I really should be doing this on a paper, not board. But I did myself in. And how are y'all doing today, by the way? How y'all? See, I met with John Horriggs and Sandra Fernandez, fellow Florida cracker from Miami. We talked about all sorts of things. That's bringing back the old weekly meetings I used to have with another Miami native, Tom Orr, who died in September. We just started renewing, but we only do it once a month. And then I saw my friends Leah and Linda over at a IHOP, and we were going over, I hope, beginning of a really neat project. No artwork involved. Pretty cool if we pull it off, though. All right, I hope, does that look okay? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I need that red back, or the variation there. I'm going to use a little different red. Gosh, it's a pinkish red. I'll use that. I think I should have done this differently because it's supposed to indicate 90, but it looks more like a little G. And of course, her first name is Grace G. Middle name Ann. Grace Ann. By the way, Grace and Ann mean the same thing. Gracie once told me. Going back in time, Grace, the idea of Grace and the idea of Ann are all the same. If you didn't know, so there. Don't you forget it. Okay, I'm gonna try to figure out what I got here. Oh, that is pink. I don't know that pink. I'm trying. It's a little dark in here. And I would have pulled all this out early. I'm just gonna use this. I don't even know what this is. This is a very nice, expensive watercolor pencil. But I'm just gonna use it because it's here. Yeah, this is very nice. Yeah, good color pencils are soft. Oh, thank you, Elaine. I don't know if anyone else thinks so, but I promise on Sunday I'll be back drawing, and I need to be doing more of these videos. That is something that would be good. It's doing really good with this one in October, I think. A little bit of, I was going to do all this stuff in December, but I ended up being on the road most of December, which is what I wanted to do, but almost did nothing, and I got myself sick. Again, pushing myself too hard. All right. This could look so much better, and I see where it could, and I'm mad at myself being dumb and stupid all at the same time. Whoops, hold on. I'll try. This is a Prismacolor watercolor pencil. This isn't that old because it's got the little. It's funny they have to put these on. You see, my older pencils don't have those. The newer ones have those. I just want to come in here a little bit and try to. Yeah, it's a very nice pencil. Just make that a little more consistent than it is. So make sure I'm out of here by 8. Not that I have to be, it's just I like to try to keep these to an hour and be consistent with that. See, I think that helps. Maybe if I'm wrong, tell me. Better the other way. But I'm just hoping when I scan this, I don't lose all this background, which at this point, I definitely will. Light blue acts as a, unless I take a photograph of it, but that's not the same. There's some things showing you taking photographs to keep your photos. No. I mean, you can, but they're not. You might as well keep your photo. Scanning is important. It's picking up things your camera cannot. However, the camera can pick up things like light blue and make them look like they're light blue, where a scanner will drop that out. The scanner's going to do a much better job for you. And yes, you can spend a lot of money on a scanner. Yeah, I'm going to let this disappear a little bit. I'm going to come over the foot and let that disappear. Another little trick. And if y'all learn anything good, I'm glad. I think that's my strength as is really teaching. when I took, when I was at Rollins College and taking, well, back in the I took 3 tests involving what I should do for my future. Art was on the bottom, teaching was at the top. My family's been teaching for a long time, over 100 years here in Florida alone. I just wish I had more opportunities to teach, especially Florida history. If you have a homeschool class, I will come and teach Florida history free. Free. I think this is looking better. What? Yeah, and I'm still not heard back from Deanna Ortner about meeting over by the comic shop. I was going to try to do that, meet up with y'all too. I just need to make sure I get a lot of things done at when I make a trip. It's expensive just to go there and do one thing. I need to, especially when I'm volunteering so much. But I do need to help my friend Christine Moore running for mayor of Apopka. I don't know if that helps or not. Colors are not my strength. I think I'm rather lousy at it. I don't have an eyeball for it. In that I don't also, I'm not all that crazy about it. That's certainly part of the problem. Thank you all for being here. If you get a chance to do a thumbs up, I appreciate it. If you get a chance to say hello, that's even better. I'm sorry I'm not doing artwork I can give away. Because if I'm doing something, if I'm doing something on here, and you're in the chat area and you want it, you can have it. But you have to be in the chat area. That's the only thing I ask. Can't have, this is something I can't give away to anybody except for who's getting it. It is true that I notice the videos where I do color are much more viewed than the ones where I don't do color. I guess that's reason to do more. I just don't like it. It ain't fun to me. It's just boring. Ugh, color. And I don't have an, like our friend Melissa Busby has an eye for this stuff. I do not. So I just think, I do this kind of thing. I think I just can't measure to that ability. I'm just slapping some color on here. There's some techniques I've learned. That's about it. And this is kind of intentional that the happy birthday's there, but it's not there. So again, I'm using little techniques, but I don't know if they add up to anything. And I'm starting to supplant the purple for the blue. I think the cover for the Valentine's book I'm working on that's going to come out much after Valentine's Day. Very neat. I really like how that came out. That was a color. That's a color project. Digital color. I think that came out pretty good. Surprising. I didn't expect it to come out so well. Now I'm getting bored, so I'm starting to... I know people get all into this. Oh, look. Look at that blue. Look at that blue. Oh. I don't care. I just don't care. if I have the money and the finances, maybe I'll make that trip because Christine's election's the 10th of March, so there's not like there's a ton of time to get out there. Okay, just about done. I better be. I'm getting tired. It's about 8. You got 2 minutes, so that's good. I'm gonna take a nap just doing this. I'm sure this looks a lot better over here than it does over here. So I'm certain to do a live. I mean, I could do one Friday if I don't go to Pasco County. And I do need to do these. I do need to try to see about how, because you get enough people watching, enough subscribers, and all that stuff. You can make a few dollars, and I get work done, which is not a bad idea. Now, when I put together this coloring book, it's all digital. It's all Photoshop and cutting and pasting and moving and balloons and lettering and all that stuff. Also, my friend Raymond Leonard has a channel on here, and he shows working on his comics. He uses some rough language. I want to make sure you know that. No rough language here. Come in here, finish that up. I'll also help hide this graying. I'll let it happen foolishly. Now, first thing I'm going to do as I get off here is go check the video yesterday and see what the heck I colored with, because that don't make me happy at all. I have a feeling I ended up picking up this pen to ink with, which I have not tested, instead of these black pens over here that I was showing and working on. But I think this even has a line. Yeah, there's a line where you're testing it. It was a little smear, but not much. That's not a little smear. This is pretty serious stuff. Right there, not good. All right, I think that'll do. I wish that red was redder. That's the only thing. I wish that red was redder. But again, I know that's my weakness, is getting reds, yellows, blues. I ain't good with that. And I prove that again right here, right now. So there's something. What's this pen? It's interesting. This is a real color pencil. Best. I can't read it, but it's got a really bright. Look at that bright. That'll help this at all. Yeah, that does help. My plan is to hand this to BK Barbara McCann of this week, this Saturday, my Pioneer Days. I need to sleep Friday. Something I need to do. I need to sleep, because I will have a problem getting all the way to Pioneer Days, drawing for hours and hours and hours, and it's going to be very hot. I think it's supposed to be mid-80s on Friday. Ugh. Worst case scenario for me. I'd be better. I was going to go Sunday, because but Saturday's when Dixie Fried Chicken's going to be there. I won't be there. I haven't gotten Dixie Fried Chicken now in 3 or 4 years. I do miss their chicken. They're only out of a food truck, and that's for sale. They haven't been able to make it. The big dogs are trying to shut down the little dogs. And that's not a Trump or Biden thing. That's just business. The big business guys. They don't want the little guys around. I feel bad. I was at 2 chain restaurants today, because if you know me, you know I hate that. I'll see if I can see y'all, Elaine and Cheryl, because I do need to get these books out of here too. Oh yeah, that worked. Oh yeah, look at that thing popping. Whoa, nice. Okay, that's nice. I like how that just popped on me. I don't know what this is. This pencil looks like it could be a 50 or 60 years old. I can't even read the name. You may be Leadfast. Leadfast Dixon. It's an old Dixon before there was a Dixon Ticonderoga. That's how old this pencil is. So it's definitely 60 years old, maybe 70 or 80. I got a lot of old equipment. And it works better than what's being made today. You want something, get it made 60, 70 years ago. You want it to work and last. You want something that's going to fall apart, buy something brand new, because it will. It's made to fall apart today. All right, how about that? I look okay. Maybe I'll come back if I'm thinking more. Even if they do call me back from Pasco, I think we had everything arranged and they're expecting me, but maybe I better not go. What do you think, Elaine and Cheryl? How hard do I keep pushing myself? I like getting an update as to what Tabitha's up to, by the way. She's working on anything artistically. She's completely out of it now. I don't know. Because if she came on here live, she could post her link. All quiet on the Western Front. Okay. I wish this looked different, but it'll have to do. Look at this tour. So there you go. Can you see this? I'll scan this and I'll post the final version here before, or probably on her birthday, even though she won't see it here. And then I got to put all this back. Thank you all for being here. And we'll see. Maybe I'll come back Friday evening, and if not Sunday, if all goes as well as planned. Who knows? Take care, Robert Smith calling. Bye-bye. And I got to find, where's the off? She's feeling like, no, I don't mean at the moment. I was being overall. See, in the last, what she was doing the last 3 months, what she's doing the next 3 months. In between, what's she up to? I don't know. All right. We can talk about another time. She draws mostly for pleasure. Okay. I'll talk to y'all later. Robert Smith calling. Good night. Well, did I stop it? No.